You know that blouse in your closet, the one you used to love, the one that once made you feel powerful, polished, even a little playful. But now, something's changed. It clings where it shouldn't. The collar feels stiff, the pattern feels loud. And when you look in the mirror, it doesn't reflect the woman staring back. Sound familiar? You're not alone. After 60, our bodies evolve, our style matures, and what once felt like us might now feel like someone else entirely. But here's the truth most women don't hear often enough. You don't need to dress younger to look radiant. You don't need to chase trends to feel relevant. And you certainly don't need to hide behind stiff collars, loud prints, or gimmicky sparkle to be seen. Because elegance after 60, it's not about shrinking yourself. It's about stepping fully into the space you've earned, with grace, ease, and quiet confidence. In today's video, we're uncovering 9 types of blouses that might be holding you back without you even realizing it. Blouses that tug at your self-esteem, that whisper, maybe you should cover up, that say less about your strength and more about trying to fit in. But we're not stopping there, because for every "don't wear this," I'm going to show you a graceful, flattering alternative that fits your body, your lifestyle, and most importantly, your story. So if you've ever looked at your wardrobe and thought, this just doesn't feel like me anymore, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at your blouses or your reflection the same way again. Let's begin. Let's start with a classic, the ultra-fitted button-up blouse, crisp collar, tight darts at the waist, that stiff cotton polyester blend we once believed gave us a professional look. Once upon a time it did, but after 60, especially post-menopause, our bodies shift in ways that no longer align with this rigid structure. Suddenly that blouse pulls at the bust, it gaps at the buttons, it clings to your midsection on days when all you want is a little breathing room. And worst of all, it distracts you. You tug at it, you fidget. You wonder if someone can see that awkward little bulge between buttons. That's not elegance, that's tension disguised as tailoring. Here's the truth. Fashion for women over 60 should support your presence, not compete with it. Your blouse should move with you, not against you. And that's where it's time to retire the ultra-fitted button-up. With love, but with clarity. So what's the better choice? Opt for flattering blouses for older women made with stretch blend fabrics or soft tailoring. Look for tops with hidden buttons, pleated backs, or an A-line silhouette that skims rather than squeezes. Comfortable tops for women over 60 don't mean sloppy. They mean freedom. They mean confidence without compromise. Try tunic-length blouses, cotton silk blends, or even those with princess seams that give structure without suffocation. Because elegance isn't about restriction, it's about flow, ease, and effortless beauty, especially at this chapter in your life. And when your blouse allows you to stand tall, breathe fully, and move freely, that's when true confidence shines through. Now that we've set the foundation with structure, let's explore a design that seems simple, but quietly undermines your silhouette in surprising ways. The cap sleeve blouse. At first glance, it seems harmless. A tiny sleeve, just enough to cover the top of your arm. What could possibly go wrong? But the cap sleeve blouse is one of those deceptively simple designs that often works against mature women. Not for them. Here's why. Cap sleeves cut straight across the upper arm, drawing the eye to a horizontal line that emphasizes width, not softness. And for many women over 60, that's the very area where skin begins to change. A little softer, a little looser, a little more delicate. And that's perfectly okay. You've earned those arms. They've carried babies, groceries, grandkids, grief, and triumph. But your blouse should honor your body, not spotlight what you'd rather soften. If you've ever put one on and thought, why does this make me look wider, older, just off? Now you know. Instead of cap sleeves, try best sleeve styles for mature women like flutter sleeves, kimono sleeves, or even dolman cuts. These gently drape over the upper arm and create vertical movement, elongating your frame and creating a soft, elegant line. They're not just flattering. They're forgiving, fluid, and fashionable. The perfect combination for aging beautifully. And if you're conscious about upper arm texture or tone, these styles are some of the most flattering tops for sagging arms that still feel light, breezy, and seasonally appropriate. Think elegant blouses for aging skin that don't cling, don't chop, and don't shout. Just gentle fabric that moves the way you do, with grace, with ease, with intention. And that's the difference between just covering up and dressing with presence. Because after 60, it's not about hiding. It's about highlighting the right way. Now, if you think sleeves are the only subtle saboteur in your closet, just wait until we talk about loud, outdated prints and how they might be wearing you instead of the other way around. We've all owned one. That blouse with the oversized tropical leaves, the polka dots that feel more party store than polished, or the floral print so loud it could practically shout across a room. At some point, it felt fun. It felt youthful. It felt like maybe, just maybe, you could turn back the clock a little. But here's the quiet truth. When a blouse wears you instead of the other way around, it's time to let it go. After 60, your sense of self has never been stronger. You know what suits your body, your energy, your coloring, and most importantly, your identity. That's why age-appropriate fashion for mature women isn't about playing it safe. It's about knowing when to turn down the noise so that you can take center stage. Overly loud or dated prints often age you unintentionally. They overpower your features, drown your silhouette, and distract from your quiet confidence. And if the pattern screams 1992, it may also be subconsciously anchoring you to a version of yourself you've outgrown. But don't worry, this isn't about giving up prints entirely. It's about choosing the best prints for women over 60, those that feel modern, flattering, and timeless. Think muted florals in earthy tones, tone-on-tone geometric patterns, watercolor brushstrokes that whisper style instead of screaming trend. These elegant tops with subtle patterns create interest without chaos. They draw the eye toward your face, not away from it. And most importantly, they support your story instead of overshadowing it. So next time you reach for that blouse with hot pink hibiscus and metallic leopard spots, pause and ask yourself, does this pattern reflect who I am today or who I used to be? Because when you choose prints with grace, your entire presence feels lighter, lifted, and quietly magnetic. And speaking of presence, let's talk fabric. Because even the perfect cut or print can fall flat if the fabric feels like sandpaper on your skin. You deserve to feel at ease in your own skin. But far too many blouses out there, especially those targeted at women over 50, are made from stiff, scratchy, unbreathable polyester blends. They look fine on the hanger, but on your body, it's a whole different story. That itchy neckline, the static cling that never quite goes away, the way the fabric sticks to your back after 5 minutes in the sun, or during a hot flash. It's not just uncomfortable, it's distracting. And more importantly, it sends the wrong message. That beauty has to come at the expense of comfort. It doesn't. Not anymore. Your wardrobe should support your life, not compete with your well-being. So let's talk solutions. Because there's a world of comfortable fabrics for aging skin that feel like a gentle hug instead of a plastic wrap. Look for breathable blouses for mature women made from cotton satin blends, viscose, linen, bamboo jersey, or silk. These fabrics aren't just elegant, they regulate temperature, drape beautifully, and protect sensitive skin. If you experience frequent hot flashes or skin irritation, opt for the best tops for hot flashes, like those made with bamboo or moisture-wicking cotton blends. You'll stay cool, calm, and collected, no matter the weather or the moment. And remember, style and softness are not mutually exclusive. When your blouse moves with you and feels gentle to the touch, your entire energy shifts. You're no longer enduring your outfit, you're living in it. So next time a 1999 polyester blouse catches your eye, ask yourself, is this a deal or a daily discomfort I don't need anymore? Because after 60, every fabric you wear should feel like it honors your journey, not irritates it. And speaking of honoring who you are, let's take a closer look at something even more subtle. Those blouses with childish slogans, cartoon embellishments, or glittery butterflies that might be quietly dimming your light. Let's talk about that one blouse hidden in the back of the closet. The one with rhinestone hearts, a glittery queen bee stitched across the chest, maybe even a sequined butterfly flapping its wings right over your shoulder. At one time, it made you smile. It felt lighthearted. It said, "I'm still fun." And you are fun. But here's the thing, you don't need sparkle to shine. Because true elegance, the kind that turns heads in quiet admiration, doesn't rely on cartoon characters or novelty slogans. It comes from within, from lived experience, from presence, from peace. Blouses with juvenile embellishments, think glittery graphics, childish fonts, or overly cutesy patterns, can unintentionally send the wrong message. They don't say vibrant, they say trying too hard. You've spent decades becoming the woman you are today. Why wear something that tries to dress you like someone half your age? If you love detail, and many elegant women do, you can still enjoy it without compromising sophistication. Try tone-on-tone embroidery, lace insets, mother-of-pearl buttons, or subtle metallic threading. These are beautiful forms of elegant clothing for women over 60 that reflect confidence without shouting for attention. When it comes to how to dress gracefully after 60, it's not about losing your joy. It's about evolving how you express it. Let your clothing say, "I am playful, I am refined, I know exactly who I am." So before you reach for that rhinestone unicorn or glitter-stamped catchphrase, pause and ask, does this reflect the woman I am now, or the girl I used to be? Because when your blouse whispers style instead of screaming sparkle, your entire presence changes. And that's where real elegance begins. But what about those blouses that go too far in the opposite direction? The ones that cover you up so completely they erase your figure altogether. Let's talk about shapeless boxy tops and why they might be your style's silent enemy. We've all been there. You slip into a loose, oversized top, thinking, finally, something that doesn't cling. And yes, it's roomy. Yes, it's forgiving. But then you catch a glimpse in the mirror. And suddenly, you're not sure where your shape ends and the fabric begins. Boxy tops promise comfort, but they often take something precious in return: your silhouette. These shapeless cuts can make you appear shorter, wider, and frankly, less alive. They drown your frame, blur your waistline, and erase the beautiful lines that make you you. And here's the truth that might surprise you. Comfort and shape can coexist. You don't have to choose between feeling good and looking stunning. The key lies in figure-flattering tops for older women. Styles that skim, not squeeze. That flow, not flop. That honor your body, rather than hiding it. Try tunic-length tops with subtle tapering or wrap-style blouses that gently define your waist. Princess seams, side slits, and asymmetrical hems create vertical movement and give you structure, without the stiffness. These aren't just for slender women. They're also perfect as stylish blouses for plus-size, mature women, offering elegance, freedom, and form all at once. If you've been choosing oversized tops to avoid attention, what if I told you that the right shape could make you feel more seen, not less? Because knowing how to dress for your body shape after 60 doesn't mean dressing small. It means dressing true. So say goodbye to the tops that treat your body like something to cover. And say hello to pieces that help you stand tall, move with grace, and glow from the inside out. Now that we've found your shape again, let's lift your look even higher by focusing on what frames your face. Let's talk about necklines and why the wrong one might be dragging your entire outfit and confidence down. A blouse can be beautifully made, well-fitted, even made of the softest fabric. But if the neckline is wrong, everything falls flat. And one of the most common culprits, high, stiff collars. You know the type. Buttoned all the way up, pressed and pointed, standing tall like a little wall around your neck. Once upon a time, they felt polished, authoritative, put together. But after 60, as the jawline softens and the neck becomes more delicate, those rigid collars can turn harsh very quickly. Instead of framing your face, they box it in. Instead of lifting your features, they draw a hard line right beneath them. And for women experiencing hot flashes or skin sensitivity, a tight collar can be downright suffocating. This is where elegance meets intention, because how you frame your face with a neckline matters more than ever. The solution: open up, literally. Explore the most flattering necklines for women over 60, like the V-necks, which draw the eye vertically and create a natural elongation, scoop necks, which soften the collarbone area and gently highlight the décolleté notch collars, which add tailored sophistication without constriction, draped or cowl necklines, which bring movement, texture, and elegance, and for something playful yet refined. A subtle boat neck that shows just enough shoulder. These options help elongate the neck, visually lift the face, and bring lightness to your entire look. They're especially helpful if you're mindful of changes around the jawline or neckline, making them some of the best tops for aging jawline definition. But the impact goes beyond appearance. A soft, open neckline also creates a more welcoming energy, a kind of effortless presence that says, "I'm here, I'm comfortable, and I'm at peace with myself." So instead of hiding behind a stiff collar, let your neckline reflect the openness you've cultivated in your life. Because the woman you are today, she doesn't need to armor up. She simply needs to shine. And speaking of balance, sometimes it's not just about what you show, but how you show it. So let's talk about sheer blouses, those dreamy, delicate pieces that can either whisper sophistication or leave you feeling exposed. There's something magical about sheer fabric. It moves like a whisper, catches the light, feels ethereal, even romantic. And yet for many women over 60, it also brings an unexpected dilemma. Where's the line between elegant and exposed? Sheer blouses can be incredibly flattering, but when not styled with intention, they risk making you feel more vulnerable than vibrant. You start adjusting, second-guessing, wondering if that breeze just revealed more than you intended. And let's be honest, confidence doesn't come from uncertainty. It comes from feeling comfortable in every layer, every choice. So how do you embrace the beauty of sheer without giving up your sense of control? Start with structure. The secret to how to wear sheer tops over 60 lies in what's underneath and what isn't. Instead of bare skin or mismatched tanks, choose elegant, body-skimming camisoles in nude or tonal shades. Better yet, look for sheer blouses for older women that are already double-layered or come with built-in lining. This eliminates guesswork and adds refinement instantly. Sheer sleeves, gorgeous. Sheer panels with strategic coverage, modern and tasteful. All over sheer with no lining. That's not style, that's stress. This is where elegant layering tips for mature women truly shine. Pair your sheer blouse with a silk camisole in a matching tone for a luxurious touch, a lace-edged underlayer to add texture without bulk, or even a structured blazer or cardigan if you prefer more coverage in the arms. It's not about hiding, it's about presenting your version of presence, the one that moves with dignity, not discomfort. Because when a sheer blouse is styled with grace, it doesn't reveal too much. It reveals just enough to say, I'm still light, I'm still feminine, but I know exactly how I want to show up. And speaking of showing up, let's talk about trends. You've probably seen them everywhere. Off-the-shoulder cuts, loud logos, dramatic shapes. But are these styles elevating your look or pulling you away from your own elegance? You've seen them in the store windows, off-the-shoulder blouses, crop tops with puffed sleeves, loud graphic slogans, bold cutouts in strange places. They scream young, trendy, now. And maybe you've tried one on, and just to see, maybe you even wore it once, hoping to feel current, noticed, included. But then came the nagging feeling, something doesn't feel right. That's because style isn't about age denial, it's about age expression. And here's the truth, many of these of-the-moment pieces aren't designed with you in mind. They're made for a different season of life, a different voice, a different kind of energy. That's why so many fashion mistakes women over 60 make come from trying to fit into silhouettes that weren't made to support who they are today. But you don't need to chase trends to feel relevant. You are relevant, because wisdom never goes out of style. So how do you strike the balance? How do you stay modern without looking trendy? It starts with refined updates. Instead of cold shoulder blouses, try an asymmetrical neckline that adds interest without exposure. Swap cropped tops for long-line tunics with tailored seams. Exchange shouty slogans for textured fabrics, jacquard, crepe, or lightweight knits, color blocking, subtle sleeve slits, unexpected hemlines. These elements say current in a way that still feels grounded. Age-appropriate style for senior women doesn't mean boring. It means intentional. It means choosing clothes that move with your life, not clothes that require you to become someone else to wear them. The most beautiful part? When you stop trying to look younger, you start to look more yourself. And that is the kind of beauty that stops people in their tracks, not because it's loud, but because it's real. So the next time a fast fashion trend tempts you, ask, does this speak to who I am today, or who the world thinks I should be? Because the elegance you carry now deserves to be reflected in every stitch, every cut, every choice. And now that we've let go of what no longer serves you, let's talk about what will. The building blocks of a wardrobe that supports, honors, and celebrates the woman you've become. By now, you've probably realized this wasn't just a list of blouses, it was a journey. Through fabrics, necklines, sleeves, and shapes, we weren't just editing your closet, we were rediscovering you. The woman you've become after 60 isn't here to dress like she did at 40. She's lived too much, learned too much, and loved too deeply to squeeze herself into old silhouettes or someone else's trends. This is not about fashion rules. It's about freedom. Because after 60, you get to choose what supports you, not what hides you, not what restricts you, not what apologizes for the body that carried you through 6 decades of life. So where do we go from here? Start by building your style on a new foundation. Simple, intentional, timeless. Fill your wardrobe with essentials for women over 60. Soft fabrics that honor your skin, silhouettes that reflect your natural shape, and details that whisper confidence, not insecurity. Choose pieces that align with how you feel, not how you think you should look. Let go of blouses that tug, gape, scratch, shout, or swallow you whole, and replace them with blouses that move with your breath, that flow with your story, that hold you gently as you walk into this next chapter. These are more than just elegant fashion tips for seniors. They're reminders. That style is personal, that elegance is earned, and that dressing with confidence after 60 is not about proving anything, it's about embracing everything. Because when you look in the mirror, you shouldn't see someone trying to fit in. You should see someone standing tall, comfortable, whole, unapologetically herself. So take another look at your closet, not with judgment, but with curiosity. Ask, does this support who I am today? Does it bring ease, elegance, and joy? Or is it something I've simply been holding on to out of habit? You deserve more than it'll do. You deserve pieces that feel like home. If this message resonated with you, share it. Because there's a woman out there still tugging at that stiff collar, still questioning that bold print, still wondering if it's okay to let go. Let her know, not only is it okay, it's time. And if you're ready to keep embracing this version of you, with style, strength, and softness, I'll be right here, every step of the way. Because after 60, the most beautiful thing a woman can wear is her story, told in confidence, color, and quiet elegance.